Hello everybody and welcome back to Pravus Gaming and more Hearts of Iron 4, Waking the Tiger, playing as the German Empire under the leadership of Kaiserin Victoria I, which, by the way, guys, Victoria 3 confirmed, okay? That's it. That's Paradox's little nod to you. You have to form Vicky 3 in order to become the Holy Roman Empire. But she's really, really good. Great leader, honestly. And on top of that, now we do have the decision to revive the Holy Roman Empire if, and only if, we can conquer basically all of this, which can be done. There actually are a few options to start getting to war with France. So, for example, France needs to become communist. If they can become communist, then what we're going to end up doing is, you can see down here, carte blanche for Alsace and the French colonies. We can only pick this up if France does become communist, but then we gain the entire annex war goal against France, which is really good. So when they become communist, that'll be perfect. We're ready to go. Conquer France, and then have an annex war goal against Switzerland at the same time. If we already are at war with France, we can have a special focus just to get us around Switzerland, which is pretty funny, really. It's like, we never did properly remilitarize the Maginot Line and stuff, so we'll just go south through Switzerland. And then eventually we can reinstate imperial possessions, which gives us cores on Alsace-Lorraine, and so on and so forth. German Empire reintegrate something. Is okay, that's fine. France has to capitulate. My biggest concern, really, is that France will end up joining the Soviet Union, which would really suck. So, while we wait for France to do their thing, what we'll probably have to do is start going down this whole bulwark against Bolshevism, try to go for Danzig for guarantees, see if Poland will give me some free land, and then try to start really upsetting the Soviet Union, maybe even form an anti-Comintern pact, just so we'll be able to fight them. I even would like to have the annex war goal ready to go. And if we do conquer France, well, hey, we have Republican Spain, which means an annex war goal against Spain. I like that. They never joined Comintern, did they? Nuh-uh. So that'll be nice. If France doesn't join Comintern, that'd be fantastic. But they might. They totally might do that. And if so, oh well, there's really not much I can do about it. But whatever. We're seeing to the Eastern Front, Lithuania. Please refuse me so I can rapidly deploy some troops and go and kill you. I want your land. I would much prefer Lithuania say no. They're probably going to give me Memel. But if they didn't, that'd make me happy. Kampfgruppe. Like Obergruppenführer? Kampfgruppe? How do you say that? I don't know. Recovery rate, organization, planning speed, overwhelming fire. Let's go ahead and start researching that next. I do love having land doctrine well ahead of time of my opponents. It's pretty darn good. All right, we're seeing to the Eastern Front. This is going to increase world tension by 3. Not much, but it's something. Boom. See to the Eastern Front. Now we can focus on... We can either safeguard the Baltic, which reduces communism support, which guarantees nations, which I don't really see a point in doing. Instead, we're going to go for rebuilding the nation, which will allow us to start working toward fan-Prussian militarism and get more recruitable population, as well as a new and better Germany, which gives me some civilian factory construction speed. Then bulwark against Bolshevism, really upset the Soviets, and then start working toward guaranteeing parts of Poland, if and only if they give me some land. Lithuania folds and gave me Memel. All right, free land for me. Woo! Super worth it! Yay! I don't really care that much. I really don't. Hey, did we finish? We did finish, actually, producing medium tanks, didn't we? Let's go ahead and start building those up. I'm going to start making some medium tanks. Eventually, we'll make them work into some of our divisions. We'll just go ahead. I actually should also set up a factory for some anti-tank, because at some point, this could be pretty useful to me. So, for example, if I said I want to do one less tank in, let's say, support equipment, there we go. We'll just start producing some towed anti-tanks, start getting that efficiency up a little bit. Eventually, we'll find a use for it. The German Empire has claimed Memel. Lithuania has given in to our ultimatum demanding the surrender of the old Prussian territory of Memel. There we go. All right, so we have that. Good. I think that actually had a dockyard and stuff, so that's fun. Communism needs to grow in France. It's already up to 40%, roughly. So very soon, I think we actually might see a civil war or a coup begin, which would be pretty fun. And then we'll have the option to have the United Kingdom probably pull in against them. Again, it all comes down to will there or will there not be a Comintern that we have to fight in the process. Because the Soviets, turns out, still pretty strong, pretty scary, not a fan. But we'll see. We will see. Marines we're currently not using. We do have some more experience, which means we should probably go ahead and start creating some more templates. I am going to set up the field hospitals over here just to make these more effective. The infantry, motorized will do the same thing. Done. And then what I'm probably going to do here is take the panzer divisions. We're going to duplicate this template. And I'm going to switch these guys out for medium tanks, like so, and we're going to start just creating our proper divisions that we want for our medium tanks. Good organization currently 30. We can throw in another set of medium tanks and another mobile battalion. That gets me up to 18 combat width. This is the most I can currently afford, I think. Nope, wait. Didn't actually do it. There we go. 20 combat width. Okay. This is reasonable. 40 organization. Some pretty solid soft attack. Most importantly, the breakthrough. So let's go ahead and save this out. Done. And we're going to go ahead and just start training it. It's going to take a long dang time, but eventually we might actually have some medium tank divisions we can use to pierce through our opponents, which would be nice. Right now we're up to like 70 divisions. You know, not great, not the worst. 68, sorry, I miscalculated ever so slightly. Communism is gone. 53% monarchist, 43% democratic. All right. All right, leftist rhetoric. They are totally going communism. Totally doing it. All right, let's do this. We actually could really use a few more refineries, so I'm going to go ahead and do some of that so I don't have to trade for quite so much. Let's send these guys up toward the top. I would like to be able to produce more of that. Eventually, I might do some research to try and make them more efficient. Get more oil, more rubber out of each of them, stuff like that. I don't know. It could be helpful at some point. At some point, if you do go to war, we can send an attaché here, which would give us benefits for developing our strength and stuff, more military cooperation. Finally use some of that command power. That's not so bad. We don't have any green troops. Yes, we do. Okay, let's train these guys up. We'll fix that real quick. Zog submits to Italy. Okay, now we're up to 31% in world tension. You finally took over Albania. That only took for freaking ever. Italy. Good lord, what is wrong with you? Let's train up the rest of these green troops. We might as well just be at full strength before we have to worry about any more wars. Done with that. Train you guys up as well. Every time we add in more equipment without having any experience, they're going green. So, there we go. Green it, mean it, or die, okay? That's the rule in life you have to know. All right, what are we missing currently? We are missing motorized in order to train up any more infantry divisions. Let's go ahead and say I want to train up even more. Just so we can get started training them. Let's see, these guys are looking pretty much okay. Motorized here is got a long way to go. Really what I'm learning here is we need a crap ton more motorized. So let's start prepping for that. We can afford to produce far less artillery, so we will. And now we just switch over to getting some more rubber. Rebuild the nation is done. Good. Fan Prussian militarism. Training time reduction is pretty nice. Let's go ahead and work toward that. Okay. We need to trade for a little bit of rubber, so we will, at least until we are able to finish up these synthetic factories. We currently have 47 civilian factories that we're working with. That would go a lot better if I could switch over to free trade. We'd be able to start trading off a lot more of these resources. Currently, we're sitting on a lot of German steel and aluminum that we can't do anything with. So there's that. Concentrated industry. We have finished up another set of armies. Let's go ahead and create a new one right here. Need a new general. We'll go for you. You're fine. And we need to set up a front line for you against, let's say, I don't know, Poland, whatever, not that much. And let's go ahead and train these guys to go to you and to you. So as we get more stuff, go ahead and keep rebuilding the German war machine. Sitting on a reasonable number of amount of manpower. It's about to go up, which would be nice. This is already basically done. Engineering, 1939, can't work on anything else there. No new planes that we currently need. Already working on all of that. We can upgrade our artillery, though, so let's go ahead and do that next. Advanced machine tools are coming up. That'll be great. Some more production cap for me. Thanking you. Okay, next. We could start working on mechanized and stuff a little early. Paratroopers it's not a bad idea, honestly. I'm going to research it. Maybe we train up some paratroopers. If we do end up having to fight Russia, it will be nice having that option. So we can use paratroopers to try and get behind their front line, try to take over some stuff. I'm not sure if we're going to have anything close to the air superiority we would need. We'll have to build up a lot more planes, but still. So France is now majority communist. Any second now, they are going to have their revolution. Kampfgruppe is done. Good. Okay, we are going to go for modern blitzkrieg, which allows even more organization for infantry and tanks. Another 50% reduction. We are going through this land doctrine in no time at all. Big fan of that. All right, so that's done. Let's go ahead and upgrade our recon companies next. Those are still quite good. We're actually about to finish up our engineer companies too, which will make sure that everyone's more effective in their entrenchment. I like that a lot. We have fanned Prussian militarism, which gains me a little bit of something. We need to finish up a new and better Germany, so let's do that next. Okay. Engineer company is done. You know, it occurred to me, wait, could we actually have done this? But they're technically not ruling as communists. Join Comintern. Now! Have a coup instead. Don't do it. Don't do it. It's not going to matter. All right, so let's see. Excavation, blah, 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 blah. Land doctrine, we're working on that. We could go for the anti-air or anti-tank upgrades. I say no. I would really love to be ahead of time on some tanks, but that's 215 days. Mechanized is tempting, but instead I think I'm going to go for an upgrade to the field hospital probably next. Do that first. We should probably add in the maintenance companies on this, but we'd need 10 experience. I'm still not getting nearly enough experience at the moment. Very unfortunate, really. Nice Navy, by the way. Look at that. 2 aircraft carriers, 9 battleships, blah, blah, blah. Modify governments. We can go for... I don't want any of that. Military staff, army organization. That's pretty good. Division training time, no. Attack, defense, all good. Military high command, infantry expert, that's good. A genius armor leader, Rommel. That's really good too. Army regrouping, army logistics, bombers. We do still mostly have infantry, so Ferdinand Schorner would be pretty good. But I did kind of want to switch over to free trade. We'll get a lot more research time and factory output for doing this. At least an export focus would be good. That's still much better. But I think we can afford to do free trade, at least for the time being. Let's do it. Free trade it is. Now we are trading off a load of our materials. Let's try getting some of that back for a minute. We're losing out on the free resources, it turns out. But it's okay. It's okay. Let's see. Rubber here. Okay. How many? Huh. We actually have significantly less. Significantly less civilian factories than I thought we would. Turns out it would have been better to be nationalized. Well, that's a lesson learned. Mistakes were made there. The thing is, free trade, usually because I'm exporting so much steel and stuff, I end up getting a lot more civilian factories, but it looks like not quite. Not quite. We actually ended up with far less civilian factories in the long run. That really surprises me. It was better to be a closed economy. We should have gone for export focus. Oh well, at the very least we get a lot more research time and a lot more factory output, which is good. Don't get me wrong. New and better Germany is done. That means we can work for a bulwark against Bolshevism. Upsets the the Soviet Union quite a bit. But we get some more factory output and dockyard output, and we'll be able to work towards something against Poland. If they refuse to give me some land, then I'll get some claims, which I'm actually not sure if I'll be able to use, depending, because I'm not the leader of the faction here. That's a little awkward, ain't it? You're still not freaking communist. Please let the communists just take over. Good lord. This shouldn't be so hard. All right. So yeah, we're building things way slower than we should be. I'm really surprised, actually. But you know what? This is a good proof positive that there are some downsides to going for the free trade. You end up with significantly less civilian factories and how this works. Bizarre, but interesting. Okay, well, either way, I love the research time reduction. I love the factory output. It means that we can start modernizing up an army really quickly now. All right. I think maybe we actually do go for a tank really far ahead of time. 145 days, yeah. But this would allow me to get some really strong tanks out there. Really strong tanks. Way before our opponents can. This is a pretty substantial advantage. All right, with a 50% reduction, we're going to go ahead and do that. Outdated equipment in production. It is our artillery. Let's go ahead and switch that around. Thank you. We have very little plane production, which is a little concerning for me. We're going to reduce our light tank production. Hungary demands southern Slovakia. Rejection may well lead to a new war in the region. I hope it does. And Italy seeks extensive military pact. Okay. World tension, please continue to go up. Czechoslovakia has decided to return southern Slovakia. And France has been welcomed into the Comintern. Okay, so they're in the Comintern, but they're still democratic. That is weird, though, right? It's not supposed to be that way? All right, backhand blow. Really good tactic. We'll do that next. Let's go ahead and start producing some more planes. And you know something? We actually don't have any transport planes in production. Let's start working on that. I am going to want air superiority and paratroopers. I think we can blow through France in, like, no time at all. It's really not going to be that hard for me, but still. Okay, hang on. So if we fight France, I'm going to need... I am going to need no motorized, but instead I will need the Mountaineers. Wait, where are the Mountaineers? Oh, wrong army. Sorry, hang on. Switch them over to you. Mountaineers, you have both. We're going to want these to go to the Maginot Line, so we'll be a little bit more effective at fighting in these mountains. We are looking mostly okay in terms of... I think Western Germany is still this air zone right here. It's kind of hard to tell. Maybe this is Northern France. We'll find out in a little bit. But yeah, we're going to want to have them as much Mountaineers to work against the French as possible. They currently only have 10 on the border, which is not horrible. Free military factories. Let's go ahead and get some more fighters. Probably a little bit more... Actually, just, yeah, more fighters straight up. Then after that, I think we just go for as much medium tank production as possible. How are we looking right now? Motorized is still what is hurting me the most. By a long shot, motorized is what is hurting me the most. You know what? For the time being, I actually think that I'm going to say that this is a low priority. So let's focus mostly on getting these guys out. And that'll be fine. Yeah, high priority, get the infantry divisions done. Get them the motorized they need so we can start deploying some more troops on the front lines. Free civilian factories. I think we need more military factories done. A little bit low on the rubber. Yeah. Synthetic refineries would be good and all, but I think we'll wait. New decisions we can pass. We can finally get this general back. You know what? No, I'm not going to do it. I'm not going to do it. I was going to say let's just do it because I want to find out if he's any good. But let's save the political power. Try to start making our divisions a little bit better. Freaking heck, when are you going to have a gosh dang coup? Parti Radical. Huh? Socialists. Ah, they're not communists, they're socialists. That's why. Oh, good grief. Oh, good grief. Bulwark against Bolshevism is done. Good. Let's go for Danzig for guarantees. If you give me Danzig, I will not kill you, Poland. How's that sound? Let me join up my lands, please, and thanking you. They're going to reject. And I'm not going to be able to do anything about it because I'm not with the United Kingdom. How many troops do you have, by the way? A pretty hefty amount. What's this 200 number? Oh, that's including all of your ships. Man, that Navy, though. You know, I guess it wasn't so bad just saying, you know what, you have the better Navy, because it turns out they totally do. Totally do. All right. We could also upgrade our light tanks, which is a thing. And you know what, I will. Let's go ahead and upgrade our light tanks as well. We're really going to double down on this whole tank thing. It's going to be great. All right, military high command. We are going to go for the infantry attack and defense. Done. 10 and 15% respectively. Pretty good. You guys all need to be assigned to this line. Make sure the Mountaineers get back down here. And you know what? Let's go ahead and get you an offensive line. Your goal ultimately is going to be to get to Paris. We do need to take this army off of the Netherlands, and we're going to send them down to the Swiss border. Do an offensive line to just kind of knock them out. I would like to annex Switzerland, but this is how I'm going to get around to the Maginot Line, which is very difficult to beat because they have so many forts. So many forts. Field Hospital has been upgraded. Good. Let's go for... It's not that far ahead of time. We could go for the improved computing machine. Excavation would get me a lot more resources that I can use. Actually kind of tempted to do this. We have free trade after all. Let's go for another level of excavation. I want more resources that I can send to market to send to get more civilian factories so I can build things faster. More civilian factories, I'm sorry, military factories are done. Good, let's get some extra... Honestly, it's all about the motorized, so let's switch this over to 5 and just set up a whole new front line right there. Done. That'll have to be good enough. Let's get some more tungsten and some more rubber. Thank you. Keep producing all that motorized. We're actually looking a lot better now. We've been producing a pretty hefty amount. 35 per day. It's reasonable. How are we doing in terms of deploying units? Actually getting there now. We just have to finish training some people. All right. Switch that back down. Upgrades are a low priority. I would much rather be working on training up these new divisions, so thank you. We're at 20 now over here, so a pretty hefty number of troops. I'm pretty confident that Poland is going to give me the land. Paratroopers are now done, so I could start training them up. Not a bad idea. Maintenance companies are good. Better artillery could be good. Fleet and being does not matter. We could start working on some new fighters. Give me a nice advantage. 0.13 years ahead of time. I kind of need the combat advantages right now. Maintenance companies are okay. Better reliability means my tanks can be fighting much, much longer. Let's go ahead and finish up our companies. We do need to start training up some paratroopers. Now, what do you have? 3? It's not very many. I'm betting these count as special forces, and I can only train so many, right? Well, oh, I can train a fair number, actually. So somehow my cap has changed. All right, so let's train up at least, like, 7. And I actually wouldn't mind training up some more mountaineers, but I guess we're not going to. Let's do this. Let's actually train a few less, because I might end up creating some more paratrooper divisions here. We have 14 army experience. Anything I can change here that I want? Anti-tank and stuff, sure, but we're not producing any of that. Maintenance company could be pretty good for me right now. You have the field hospital, so you're fine. Mountaineers don't really have much of anything. We actually kind of need the engineers and stuff on these guys. So we have to add this. Let's do the engineering companies. We are relying a little bit on the Mountaineer infantry just so we can get through the Maginot Line. So I need to make them a little bit more effective. Come on, France. You're so freaking communist. Just change. Have the dang coup so I can kill you. Why is it so hard for you to do? Not a subject of the German Empire. That's fine. They must feel the danger to the Bolsheviks. Yeah, Soviet Union totally plans on killing you, man. Give me Danzig and I'll defend you against them. I don't see how that's going to work out well for me, but we'll see. Maybe. Maybe it'll work. Free civilian factories again, okay? I'm going to go ahead and build up a couple more of these refineries and then just some more military factories straight up. Done. As many of those as possible. Shaanxi has capitulated to the Japanese, who are currently doing fairly well. Agility focus. Italy has war with Greece. Okay. So they're finally going to start creating some of that world tension I desire. Oh, wait. French Commune. They did become communist. Good. Now I can go for the annex war goal against France. Awesome. Awesome. All right. I need some more steel, U.S., and I also need some more oil, please. Thank you. All right. Poland accepts the offer. Ooh, they did give me some land. I gain cores on Danzig, Poznan, and Voivodeship Silesia. I become the owner of 3 more provinces. Done. Hey, awesome. Poland returns Danzig. Danziger war? Diplomacy prevails again. They actually like me because we're guaranteeing them now against the Soviets. Which is fine. We're probably going to end up fighting them anyway. Good news is Republican Spain still has not joined the Comintern. Unfortunately, the French waited until they had such a strong majority they didn't even have the Civil War, which is going to make things a little bit more difficult. They are quite strong. Very strong, in fact. We're going to need more tanks. But also more motorized. Let's go for more motorized like so. 1 rubber is not that much to worry about. Okay. So we're going to get this. We'll have the war goal. Not necessarily going to declare war on them immediately. It might be worth waiting until I have an annex war goal against Switzerland. Take them down by themselves, so I then can hit the French from here and bypass the Maginot Line entirely, rather than tie myself down in a slog against them. I'm very concerned that this is going to be an incredibly difficult war, because the Soviet Union, you know, pretty strong. What's this? Improve the Stalin line. I don't even know what that does. I don't know if it matters that much. You feel confident you can't get through the Maginot Line. Well, yes, there is that. But yeah, instead of going through Belgium, we're going to go through Switzerland. It's kind of funny, man. It is kind of funny. All right, let's see. So we're guaranteeing you. So I'm never going to really conquer Poland unless I revoke the guarantee, which I don't even think I can. Is that even an option here? No, yeah, we're just guaranteed. No, wait. Poland is improving relations. Oh, we just improved relations with Poland. We didn't actually guarantee them at all, it looks like. There probably will be an event. If the Soviet Union attacks Poland, there's probably going to be an event instead. That's how it's going to work. Italy is about to go to war with Greece, which means I'm hoping we're going to see a lot more war tension. World tension, sorry. We need to take 1, 2, 3, 4 more... No, wait, hang on. 5, 6, 7, 8 troops. Send them over here. New army. Under, let's say... you, maybe? You're good against rivers. And you actually might be pretty good for taking down Switzerland, now that I think about it. We'll go ahead and put you over there. Have all these troops like so. You guys are going to deploy with this guy. Like so. Okay, that's a whole bunch more infantry that are now getting deployed. Whole bunch more motorized that are getting deployed. You need to change your color. It's too similar to this guy. Red, that'll work. Red is a good killing color. This has been a lot of setup, by the way. I'm aware that we've played, like, what, 4 episodes now? And we aren't seeing, like, anything happen. Hey, medium tanks are upgraded and ready to go. Sweet. We could even go for another level of it, but we're not going to. It's 1940, which means it's definitely time to go for the improved computing machine. We need to improve our medium tanks, which we will do. Unfortunately, I don't have any XP to create some really good varietals or variations, deviants, whatever. But still, now we're going to produce better medium tanks. Still don't have a lot, but it's something. We will go for the Army Division attack, I think. Is that good? Defense attrition and stuff is fine. There's nothing we want here. Army organization, division organization plus 8% is really good. Division speed is also kind of interesting, especially with the mobile warfare land deviation thing. I don't know. I think we're going to go for the division attack and defense and just go for it, because we know we're going to want to use Rommel for that. We know that we will. All right. We will soon be able to kill the French Commune. You need to prepare for war, dude. UK. Just get ready, man, because it's about to get really exciting. We'll use your naval superiority and all, but we're going to kill your old friends, France. And then you're going to have to help me kill the Soviet Union. Wish I had a faction. A faction of a bunch of people. Like, if I had Austria, Hungary, and Czechoslovakia working for me, that'd be easier. But no, we need to conquer them so we can form that freaking Holy Roman Empire. Which is going to take a while. We need to have Luxembourg, Alsace-Lorraine, Savoy, Sudetenland, Bohemia, Moravia, Eastern Sudetenland, Piedmont, Lombardy, Southern Tyrol, Veneto, Emilia-Romagna, Tuscany, Istria, all Swiss, Austrian, Dutch, and Belgian states. But then we'll become the Holy Roman Empire and everything becomes a core, which is awesome. We have a war goal. Okay, I can't do this until we're at war with the French Commune. So wait, you know what? Never mind. We have to fight them now. You have a lot of troops prepped to fight against me now all of a sudden. Holy crap. That is a lot. You fortunately are taking a fair amount of attrition, which I find amusing. We're going to go ahead and set up a new defensive line here and delete these orders. I'm going to have everyone get ready to defend the Maginot Line. We're not going to fight. We're just going to defend and entrench ourselves. Okay? And then we have to go and fight Switzerland. So let's give them a second to get these troops together. We're going to wait until we get close to capped out with our national focus, and then we're going to declare the war, and then we're going to have to be able to fight against Switzerland. Because I need to find a way to bypass the Maginot Line as fast as possible. That becomes the new goal. All right, wait a little bit longer. Oh, new Leopard tanks. Okay, done and done. Okay, wait, good. Okay, go to war against you. Annex France. Done. Okay, we are now at war with the French Commune, and we are going to bypass the Maginot Line to the south. You'd think we'd be allowed to try doing that ahead of time, but no. Okay, so we have our Leopard tanks, which is fantastic. Now we can work on, see, it's 1940 February. We could go for some better planes, which is very tempting. Better artillery could actually be really helpful right now as well. We don't need the support company upgrades right now. We could go for some better in organization and soft attack and so on. And you know what? I think this makes the most sense. So let's do this next. You guys are not going to attack. You're just going to sit here, and we're going to stare at each other, glaring for a while. We need all of the planes to protect Western Germany for the moment until we are ready to begin our assault. That's the new goal. All right, outdated equipment in production. Fix up the tanks, and boom, we are maxed out on our light tanks. Thank you all for watching. I hope you enjoyed. If so, then be sure to hit that like button, leave a comment, and subscribe, and I will see you guys next time.